Hello and welcome to DCP Live episode number 302, an electrifying episode, most arcady,
a jolting,
an
Crank 2
amplified episode,
amplification of Crank 2 High Voltage Edition, DCP Live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
got him.
It's hydraulic.
Hydraulic.
Have you guys seen that movie with Jason
Craig,
Statham?
Back when we had cable, I feel like I'd flip past it a few times. Be like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah, I've
like,
definitely seen it.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually had a full viewing front to back, like where I was like, "I'm watching this movie." I think it's just happened to suddenly be on somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah. And I do remember watching it and being like, "This is the most ridiculous movie I've ever watched."
Yeah.
I find it hilarious. That was like the inspiration for Arc 3.0.
Yeah,
Boy, I was just having a viewing. I was just thinking about Crank 2, and I thought, I want that in Destiny.
Yeah. Like, do you reckon
if
there's
you
like
think about it, isn't that what you want though in a video game? You want it just to
Sort of
be like,
is.
amped up, you know?
Yeah, be moments
And
away from death until you electrocute yourself to get going.
Effing your teammates.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
that's
lots of
right.
like sexual stuff in Crank.
In Crank 2, I don't remember. Okay, well, I know what I'm watching this weekend. Crank 2,
like
High Voltage.
Crank 2.
just
Well, you gotta watch
just
Crank 1 first, so you're caught up on the
yeah,
story.
true.
Wait, is there an
Oh.
actual Crank 1? I just assumed it's Crank 2, like they skipped the first one and went straight to Crank 2.
Because they wanted electric boogaloo. Crank
Yeah.
2 electric boogaloo.
Because it was
Yeah.
so electrifying. It was 2 already.
That's
Imagine the
title.
meeting. Imagine the Arc 3.0 like development meeting, and someone goes, "Okay, just listen. This is gonna sound a bit crazy, but have you guys watched the 2009 Crank 2?"
Hit movie of the year.
Crank 2, Jason Statham at his peak.
Electric Boogaloo.
Imagine going to investors.
Sandbox change on this.
Oh,
How
man.
do you spell
like-
Boogaloo?
You could ask the Boogaloo boys. They probably know.
I always go to Google for that one when I do have to type out Boogaloo because, I can't. I can't save my life.
Tufty might know. He's probably arrested some Boogaloo boys.
What are the Boogaloo boys doing to get arrested?
A lot of racist.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not up on the Boogaloo boy lore.
That wasn't as fun as I thought it was gonna be.
It's
Yeah.
it's not very fun.
Back to Jason
Where do they
Statham.
get off using
Arresting
such a
them
fun
is
word
more
like
fun.
Boogaloo?
Yeah.
I know, asshole.
Yeah, back to Crank 2 and Jason Statham and Arc 3.0 discussions and Bungie's deciding on where to go throughout the game.
Crank it up.
Crank it up, yeah.
Yeah,
Get cranked, nerd.
we got a bunch. We got what patch notes really for Arc 3.0 on, and then we also got this week at Bungie as well.
We do.
Yeah.
We'll
Also,
start inking it up, arcing it up.
we will. In 1 second, I just want to say that there was a really awesome firing range that was posted yesterday, or
There
that
was.
happened
True.
yesterday. It went on the feed. So if you haven't had a chance to check that out, Chris Proctor dropped, nugget after nugget as usual of his mastery at doing the cones. He even did a thing where he showed his tool to show the cones in action in the development, which I thought was really awesome. So he actually he shared that. He was like 1 second, then popped it up on scrone.
The
So
whole
I thought that
Fire
was really
Range
cool.
crew just like had an orgasm all at once when they saw that.
Yeah, there was
That was it.
There was
Codes!
a unified shivering of the timbers that went out for everybody watching.
Was the most important question asked? When's the Nutbush emote getting in the game?
Oh,
See, that's
good
why
question.
Chris needs to come on here so we can ask the questions that people care about.
Yeah, we can give
Yeah.
them the real
Bullshit.
questions.
Yeah.
Come on.
He's our link. He's our Aussie link. Bungie.
So yeah, that was a great episode. If you want a lot of details on things that are coming and changes and reasoning and all that, make sure to check out that episode because Chris is he's amazing at giving details and sharing info about the game and the development
It's
process.
also really funny.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
All right, Arc 3.0.
Arc
happening.
3.0, bring the thunder. So yes, we talked about the whole Crank thing. Crank. It's based on Crank.
Yeah, Crank 2.
The madcap action flick stars Jason Statham as an ex-hitman who has his heart
Statham?
stolen and replaced with a battery to stay alive.
Stratum?
Yeah, Stratum?
Stro-
Is it spelled Stratum in the
He's-
TWAB?
No, it's Statham. He's just strapped in, so he's Stratum.
It's Statham Watts. Just
Statham.
Yeah.
Statham.
Statham.
Statham. Statham must keep his body electrically charged.
Mr.
And
Statham, where's the honey bake?
Statham. He goes ham.
Yeah.
That's why. So what is happening with ARC 3.0? There's a thing that all of us are going to have access to, and that thing is being amplified.
Electrified.
Mhm.
Amplification.
Amplified. Not
Jolted.
electrified. Not jolted.
Watts, is this going to be your de facto, like, are you going to have to, by brand, use the ARC subclass officially from now on since it's so
Yes.
electrified?
Yeah.
I think so. Which also won't be too difficult with the stuff they're adding to Hunter.
Yeah,
this
I think
is-
it's gonna
Thing.
Sound
be
pretty
easy
good.
switch, to be honest.
Yeah.
So there's a new buff. The buff is called Amplified, which
Mhm.
is kind of a key part of the whole ARC 3.0 thing. So an Amplified Guardian has faster movement speed, better weapon handling, and more agile, and you can perform longer slides. So there's going to be a
Interesting.
lot of slipping.
Slipping,
Shotgun
sliding.
sliding, hunters running around.
It's going to be a lot.
Yeah.
So players don't have to equip an aspect or a fragment for any of this. This is just default. If you are using ARC, you are going to be able to get amplified. So after you sprint for a few seconds, an amplified guardian will gain another boost in speed, which they put it as fast as we can make our sprint animation go.
Yeah.
Just Sonic.
Right? Like I'm assuming it's like right?
I have no idea. This is very
Do the
scary.
legs like go over the shoulder, like in a full circle?
Let's hope so.
The cartoon.
I sure do hope so. They also gain a sizable PvE damage resistance buff, so that's worth noting. It's a PvE
Yes.
damage buff after you sprint for a while and when you are amplified. And then it's also going to enable an even longer slide ability. And they said here, imagine full-on Metroid speed booster mode.
Yeah.
Okay.
I read that and I was
That's-
like, really?
that's a slide. That's a long
'Cause, yes,
slide.
Yeah. That's interesting.
No one will be able to hit their shotgun shots because it's going to slide way
Yeah,
past
just-
you.
Sonic.
It's just going to be gone.
Yeah. But bam.
Too far. Even if a
Imagine-
player... Oh, yes.
Imagine the spawn trapping that you could do with your super fast electric speed.
You're going to be so fast.
Just
Oh.
whip to the next area. Just boom. Be like, oh, you just spawned.
Wonder how this is going to go.
So to get it to proc first, so you need to become amplified, rapidly defeating targets with any arc damage.
Yeah.
You've
So
got
that's
to
where-
rapidly defeat a couple guardians first.
Yeah.
Get amplified, and then you
And then sprint.
You
and
look
then
across the
sprint even
map.
quicker, right? Yeah.
Look across the map, cloud strike, boom, you just got a couple kills because you're, got it in.
Bang.
And then all of a sudden,
Yeah, now you're
Sanic, and you're all of a sudden across the map.
Sonic, yeah.
And then be like, guess what? I know you're spawning because I researched everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're gonna see some pretty crazy montages, I think, of people becoming amplified and then just
Yeah.
zooming around the map, slamming people.
It's I'm thinking the trial sidearm, new trial sidearm. That's ARC. You know,
Okay.
Go in there, pew pew, bang bang bang.
Yeah.
Plug
Mhm.
one might make a resurgence in the world.
Mhm.
I whipped it out. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Pretty good.
Risk
you got
Runner?
Risk Runner is gonna be interesting because if you're in the
PvE for sure.
Crucible only using ARC and everyone's only using ARC, Risk Runner might kind of poop on your party a little bit there. It might.
True.
It
Is,
might.
Risk Runner
uh,
will probably have a good spot when it first comes out and everyone's using arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's Trinity Ghoul in PvP? I don't
Not
know.
great.
Not great? Okay. So it's a PvE
No.
thing.
Yeah. PvE Trinity Ghoul is gonna be
Nasty. Right?
very, very
Because
nice.
it already has some of these perks in there with the whole, jolting to other things.
Also, the Hunter Exotic Glaive might actually end up being kind of cool
Mm.
because
Really?
it's after you charge up, so you shoot people a couple times. After it gets fully charged, where you have the shield, you can reload it with a special bullet, and it just sends like arc waves along the floor and finds things and electrocutes them.
Cool.
So that could be pretty fun in PvE.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty fun. Where were we? Sprinting. Yes. So in development, speed booster probably took the longest for me to get on board with. That you were already moving faster, and you want to go faster than faster? Yes.
Yeah, like
Man, we've come a long way since Destiny 2 Year 1, where like we couldn't move any faster because the game couldn't
Yeah.
load maps fast enough. They couldn't load geometry fast enough.
yeah. You're gonna see all these people rocking arc sprinting ahead of areas,
Yeah.
because they're like,
Oh
True.
God, in like
yeah,
the sprint in the strike playlist where everybody
Yeah.
just wants to get through those things as
Yeah.
fast as possible.
and one thing, I don't know if you mentioned this, but it said that it doesn't wear off when your Jolt or your whatever is worn off. Your amplifier's worn
Yeah,
off.
when your amplified goes away, as long as you're still moving, you're going
Yeah.
to be able to keep that speed boost, which is interesting.
Yeah, as long as you're still holding W.
It's like speed. You just can't ever stop the bus.
No,
You
can't
just
stop,
got to
won't
keep
stop.
going 60 miles an hour all the time.
That
is
would have been a
gonna
more
win.
popular movie analogy than
Crank.
Crank 2.
Crank too.
This is going to be really fun with the new Iron Banner mode, because that's all about moving. Like, don't stop moving,
Yeah.
don't stop killing.
Yeah.
Can't stop, won't stop, man.
It's going to be
Almost like they
madness.
planned it.
They might have. They might have.
Yes.
So their idea was adding this PvE damage resistance when you're super fast, so you can get in there to go do your close range stuff, because that's what Ark's all about. It's about being in there and punching and chaining and all that stuff.
Yeah, chainy, punchy, whippy, speedy boy.
It's like speed, punch, and AoE, which is really
Yeah.
cool.
Mm-hmm. And like the trickle effect. I got those ionic things, and people, and if you're jolted or whatever, you amplify. No, the enemies get jolted. That's what it is. And then they get little electrical things going out, little zappers.
That's a good segue, because we've talked about the buff, which is amplified. We get to talk about the debuffs. So Ark is bringing 2, Blind and Jolt. We've had experience with Blind before. In PvE, they won't be able to see, they will be disoriented, and they won't be able to fire their weapon. In PvP, blinded opponents will have their screen whited out and their HUD removed for a short period of time, alongside a distorted, washed out audio effect. So we're very familiar with that. Being blinded is rough. If you catch like the full blind, you just literally, it's just the white screen. You can't
Whitewash,
see
yeah.
anything. Jolted opponents who are damaged will periodically send slivers of chain lightning out to nearby enemies, damaging them in the process.
It's cool.
So good AoE clearing tool if you're jolting
Mm-hmm.
people a lot. Arc 3.0 is also bringing ionic traces to everybody. So this was only available to Middle Tree Warlocks. It's the thing, the little meow.
Yeah, creepy.
Yeah.
It was
The little
spooked me every time. I'm like, get away from me.
Yeah, it's gonna come back to you and give you add energy for your abilities. So it's gonna be you're gonna have a lot of uptime on your abilities probably, because everyone's gonna have ionic traces and you're gonna be getting that cooldown all the time. So moving to specific classes. First up, we have the Hunter. Who called the Hunters needed a new super? A lot of people.
Yes.
Most people.
This show as well.
Yeah,
Right here.
because like every other subclass, right? You've got Warlocks, they've got Well of Radiance, they've got the throw-in swords, they've got the Kamehameha, and they got the Triple Fingers.
Mm-hmm.
They've got every other subclass has 2 very distinct supers. Hunter was you have a stick and then you have a twirly stick.
In dance moves,
No.
don't forget about dance moves.
Don't forget, yes.
Yeah,
That's true.
You dance and dodge and
Kind of like a glow
This looks
stick,
cool.
kind of goes with
Yeah.
the wave.
What is our DCP raid looking like? Because I'm really torn now between Titan and Hunters. Like, what's our spread of classes?
Normally, everybody just shows up as a hunter.
Okay, because I was thinking of going back to Hunter.
Joker will play whatever because he's a god at everything.
yeah, he'll probably be
so
down
someone
to
can be Titan.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have a feeling. See,
What are
I'm
you
probably
playing?
gonna be
You
a
playing
Warlock.
Warlock still, Tefty?
most likely going to be Warlock. Yeah, but after seeing the stuff that's happening to Hunter and Blink coming back, I definitely could switch over in a heartbeat.
We're gonna show up, we're gonna all be hunters, we're gonna punch the raid boss to death.
Yeah.
Even if it's Oryx. We're gonna find a way to
Poke
punch
it with
him.
a
It's
stick.
gonna be great. Yeah. True. Glaive and
Oh yeah,
Liar's Handshake, maybe? That'd
could
be
be.
a lot of damage.
Yeah.
A lot of damage. Doesn't work in that raid at all. Because you're sitting all the way back the whole
Yeah,
time.
true.
That's true.
Wait,
So
hold up.
hunters. Yes. Hello?
If King's Fall does come back, because
Yeah.
people are assuming it's King's Fall, but they haven't said
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
Don't you have to have the exotic weapon? Someone needs the exotic weapon to be efficient, so people don't die. Or they can. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. We'd probably
It
be
more
high enough level.
reliably does damage because it just keeps it up all the time. Bing, 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 bing.
True. Yeah. I forgot.
I'm gonna DPS Oryx with Divinity.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
I like to see that div circle on Oryx. Wonder where it goes.
yeah. It's gonna be his finger. Randomly.
Anyways, back
So
to Ark.
hunters,
Mhm.
the team imagined graceful warrior monk. So that's the whole thing behind hunters. Now the
Okay.
new super.
Yeah.
So they of course have arc staff. Arc staff is gonna be able to block and deflect. They're also gonna have the armored dodge. So that's a couple different trees they're putting together.
Yeah.
You're gonna have more armor when you're dodging, and you're gonna be able to deflect. Thank God.
Mhm.
But you are getting another one, and that is called Gathering Storm.
That
So the
just sounds
hunter,
good.
it does sound good. You leap into the air, hurling their staff into the ground like a
Yeah.
spear. Upon impact, the staff emits a damaging burst that jolts nearby enemies. Soon after, a giant bolt of lightning strikes the staff and overcharges it, creating a large damage zone around it for several seconds. And then, while overcharged, the staff sends out arcs of lightning to damage any enemies that move near it.
So okay,
This sounds
in
so cool.
PvP, how does this kill? It kills obviously if you hit somebody with a staff, it's gonna kill,
Yeah.
right? And then do you think like
Daily.
anybody who gets zapped at all is gonna get killed, or do you think it's gonna
No,
be
I think it would just
like you
take
gotta
off
stay
health.
in the zone for a while?
I
mean, I think it'd be like
yeah.
the grenades being like the pulse grenades being in
Yeah.
the zone. You know,
Mhm.
maybe
that
like
makes
a couple pulses would take you out. But the lightning that hits at the very end, I think that would probably one shot you.
The overcharged, yeah.
Yeah.
Arcs
Yeah.
of lightning damage, yeah.
So I wonder, like, because it says you can stick into the ground or an unlucky enemy. I wonder, can you plant it in like a boss's face and that just happens?
That would be
Like a
amazing.
unicorn horn.
Yeah, that would
right?
be cool.
And get the
just like pulsing.
get the buffs to
sounds
do more
really
damage
cool.
and all that. Yeah.
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 I just
I'm
want to
just
It'd be
say,
really good.
imagining, what's the King's Fall? What war priest? Just like with these big old head, just with all these like, spears just hanging out of it.
It'll be good against bubble and well in PvP because it's just a
Yeah.
damaging area, right? I'm gonna go in the bubble and throw it down. Can't stop me.
Oh, will it go
Right.
through the bubble, do you think?
Probably not.
probably not,
No.
unless it
no.
does enough
But it
damage to
would be
pop the
in-
bubble.
It would be pretty good onto a well of radiance, I think.
Yeah,
Definitely.
sure.
Or
Yeah.
doing what Wad says, like getting in a bubble and just activating it straight
Get in
away.
and then blink out, baby.
yeah, right.
Yeah, and blink out.
I just want to say that a couple weeks ago, I got half of it right. I said that you'd throw the staff, you know, and then I predicted a blink to it, but
You did.
Yeah.
obviously
Yeah.
not
Very
that.
cool.
But I did get the throw the staff right.
And
Yeah,
blink,
that's
the
nice.
blink part.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
Blinking
sort
in
of
general.
blink.
So that is the new super. On the melee side, you're going to be keeping combination blow ability, which they thought was right in line with the graceful warrior fantasy they're going for. So kills with combination blow refund your dodge energy, increase melee damage, and restore a small amount of health, allowing skilled hunters to change their dodges
Yeah.
and melee, which is very, very fun if you can get that going.
Mhm.
Especially in
That's the-
PvE
that's-
if you're using 1-2 punch and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much always the basic like arc hunter go to.
It is.
Lies handshake and just punch everything.
You're also going to have Disorienting Blow, which blind opponents with a devastating palm attack, while also amplifying the hunter. So you're going to be able to just melee things and you get amplified right away.
Now, is that the same?
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty
that
good.
is cool. So that's a different animation, right? Like they're adding a
Yeah.
palm animation. It's like the
Yeah.
I
super,
assume it's the one
like
at
the end of the super attack, right?
Yeah. I would assume that it's that.
Oh,
That is a
yeah,
new
yeah,
animation.
yeah.
Very fun.
That's cool. I like the idea. It's like some, Doctor Strange, palming out, and hitting
Yeah.
their soul or something.
Next, we have aspects. So these are hunter-specific aspects. First, you have flow state. Defeating a jolted opponent causes you to become amplified. When amplified, the hunter's dodge will recharge faster and make you more resistant to damage, and you have quicker reload times.
Man, PvE hunters are gonna be nutty. You're just gonna be amplified the whole time, running around just like, yeah!
Put 'em up, put 'em up.
Just punching everything, and then dodging, and then punching and dodging. It's gonna be good.
Next, you have Tempest Strike. Allows the hunter to perform a sliding melee that launches an arc wave along the ground, dealing significant damage and jolting enemies. That is, of course, Middle Tree Arc's melee. I hope they buffed it, because that thing is like, there's a pebble in the way. I don't know what you want me to do. Can't go
Yeah,
around
but
it. Impossible.
that became like really good when they patched it. So I can't remember what the exact patch was, but the way it worked was once you hit someone with it, as long as you keep getting damage on, your like reload is super quick.
Your reload is very, very
and
fast.
it just stays up the whole time as long as you keep shooting something. And it was very good. So
Also,
I wonder if it's keep the reload or not.
Yeah, like, and Tempest Strike, so you go in, you do the long wave attack to jolt them, and then when you defeat a jolted enemy with flow state, it will make you have the
Amplify.
if you're amplified, yeah, you'll be able to
Yeah.
dodge, will reload fast. Well, your dodge will recharge faster. You get damage resistance, which is interesting because that doesn't say PvE only. It says make you more resistant to damage. Period. When you defeat a jolted opponent. So I could totally see that being a thing. If you get maybe you'd want to end up using Tempest Strike because you get jolted, get resistant to damage.
Yeah.
Could be
That
too.
seems good.
But however, lethal current is also really cool. So after
Yeah.
dodging, the hunter's melee lunge range is increased. Their next melee attack jolts the target and creates a damaging lightning aftershock. When used with the arc staff super after dodging, the hunter's next staff light attack hits twice. In addition,
Oofa.
hitting a jolted enemy with a melee attack will blind them. That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Okay.
I feel like lethal current and flow state is probably going to be pretty nutty.
It
Yeah.
is pretty nuts, yeah.
Because you just keep punching everything, and you're gonna jolt everything and become amplified.
They're gonna be jolted.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a longer
After
melee
dodging.
lunge. You can blind
Yeah.
them. You're gonna leave a damaging aftershock.
So you literally dodge, which will return your melee if you got the dodge on. Punch something, it will get jolted, and then you kill it, and you become amplified, and then it just
Yep.
repeat the cycle.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 And yep, Blink is back. That's another part of it. But also, it's getting a buff. So also
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Void Warlock will be able to take advantage of this. So they say that they haven't touched
that's too
it
bad.
since the beginning. They're going to be walking back some of the tuning changes back a little bit and bring Blink's potency at baseline up without needing an exotic equipped. So travel distance is going to be increased and a reworked recharge model for the ability. Very cool.
Okay.
Awesome.
What does that mean, do you think?
No idea.
I think a reworked uptime type of thing or indicator or something like that to tell you your
Okay.
blink is ready, as opposed
Because
to
right now
'cause
you
there
can
is that
use it
cooldown.
twice pretty rapidly, and then it goes into cooldown, right?
not even rapidly. There's like a pretty big gap when you're playing between your two jumps, so you have to account for it
Okay.
unless you're wearing the helmet.
Yeah, and they specifically say without needing an exotic. So very interesting. Now I will say, Hunter's arc specific exotics are not the best. So you have like Lucky Raspberry, which could end up being pretty good, but that's like a D1 exotic that was brought into D2, so it's kind of lacking a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Blight Ranger. That they need to just completely rework that goddamn exotic.
Is that the twirly one?
It's the one where you twirl your stick and you send damage back, and the damage being sent back does more damage. I tried it today. I was spinning my stick in front of an ogre and a wizard, and it's just like, I'd do more damage if I just hit you. Plus,
Punch you with
when you
lies.
spin your stick, it drains your super. So, you know,
Yeah.
if you want to make Blight Ranger useful, I think they'd probably have to put it with the other exotic that makes your spinny not take your super energy. Because like otherwise you just can't make use of it. It's just too damn short.
Rework it for the other super, like it amplifies the explosion
That
or
would
the
be
AOE
good.
or something, or
Yeah, I'm thinking some exotics are gonna have to get reworked because we have a whole new super, or the new exotic that you get
Mhm.
for the season will have something to do with it.
Sure, yeah.
Maybe we'll see. But Lucky
Mm.
Raspberry, we'll talk about that later because I have a thought.
Mm.
So Warlocks, they're gonna be the Lightning Shamans or the Emperor Palpatines in full Lightning Fingers mode.
Mhm.
So you're gonna have Chaos Reach, of course, and you're also going to have Storm Trance. But Storm Trance, they're actually putting a few things together. You're gonna have both Landfall, where you do the AoE damage around you, and you're also
Yeah.
gonna have Ionic Blink, so you can close the gap a bit
That's nice.
easier.
Yeah.
That's
you're
gonna be
have
pretty
those.
nasty.
Yeah.
So you're going to have 2 melees available, both utilizing the power of lightning. The ball lightning melee will send out a floating ball of energy that detonates, zapping enemies down from above. And then chain lightning will send out arcs of lightning to strike and jolt the primary target and chain damage to surrounding enemies in the process.
Very Palpatine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Exactly. And they say
What?
here that the whole thing for Warlocks is being amplified and then having the being amplified modifying their abilities. So you're
Mhm.
going to want to stay amplified as much as possible so that you have your abilities doing extra stuff. So this is really cool, actually. This might be fun or make you puke. Not really sure. But for ball lightning, if you're amplified, that's the melee, the arc ball will fly out and zap 3 times instead of the normal 1 time. But for
Okay.
chain lightning, it chains to more targets.
Mhm.
So while chain lightning creates a single set of chains that bounce between a set number of targets, when amplified, the ability creates 2 set of chains and can potentially jump to twice the number of enemies. Now, your aspects. This is where your melee is going to get real funny. Not just now, but later. Arc
Mhm.
Soul. The Warlock casts a rift to create an Arc Soul that will assist the player in battle. Allies who pass through the rift will also get an Arc Soul. The rift charges faster when allies are near, but while amplified, any Arc Soul you have or gain is supercharged, increasing its rate of fire.
Okay.
Arc Soul
Interesting.
is really good. When I
Yeah.
had to play Warlock for 6 months, I exclusively ran.
We don't
like,
talk about the dark times
Back in your-
spots. We had a deal.
Hefty's
Yeah.
still in the Dark Knight.
I was brainwashed. I'm like
They
deep
sucked
in
them
it.
in.
I'm in the cult of the Warlock.
You go to one Scientology meeting, all of a sudden.
It's just
All of a
dude,
sudden, you're a Warlock.
everything. You're signing over everything to him.
Next, you have Lightning Surge, where you will activate your melee while sliding to transform into a ball of lightning and
What?
teleport forward,
Yeah.
calling down a field of lightning bolts at the exit point that jolts targets.
Yeah. This
Jesus.
one honestly sounds nuts. Like
It's really fun.
I can't imagine it. Are you literally turning into a ball of lightning?
I'm assuming
Like
you
Sonic?
slide and you hit the melee, and then suddenly you transform into ball lightning. So, and then you're
Yeah.
electrocuting things, and then you
You shoot forward.
come out of it and zap everything around you as you come out. It sounds
Yeah, wherever
amazing.
you stop, it's bzz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds
Yeah,
like
it
you want
sounds
to do
really
that
good.
constantly.
That sounds very
Metroid
fun.
ball. Yeah, actually, it does sound like the Metroid ball.
Hmm.
Yeah, like a spin.
I wonder. I'm
no,
sure. I'm,
you don't ever turn into a ball of lightning and then teleport forward and then call down lightning from above in Metroid.
you're
Well, what about the spinny jump?
blending heroes.
That's a
Oh,
ball.
the spinny jump. He's right. The spinny jump is
The
electrified.
spinning
Like a
jump is
ball.
pretty good. Yeah.
It's electrified when you do the spinny jump. As yeah,
And it's a
Samus.
ball.
I hope it's really fluid feeling for the visuals.
Yeah.
But I also want
Yeah.
to see becoming a ball, zapping things, and then all of a
Must be
sudden
third person. There's no way it's not
gotta
third
be,
person.
right?
It
Yeah.
has to be.
You
yeah.
pop out third person, see it do the thing, and then transmit, suck into it. Might make you sick a few times.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know
Well,
how
hey,
that can be
Backrus-
third person.
Backrus dodge is first person.
Oh, right.
Is it first person? Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
I've literally been using it for like the past 2 weeks. I'm like, is it first person? Who knows? I have no idea.
I
It
don't
is because
really
I get
know.
confused. I get confused with where I am. Yeah, so it's definitely first person.
Someone in Oh Say Less
No.
is saying third
No,
person.
it's third person. Nope, it's first person. You're all wrong.
Wait, this is the new dodge for hunters? The new dodge for hunters?
No, it's Bacchus.
Backers?
Dodge.
Oh.
The teleport in
helmet.
Bacchus. It teleports you rather than
know.
dodging.
Yeah, it's a teleport. Instead of your little dodge, you go zoom.
People were saying it's third
So
person.
you may be wrong on this one.
You know,
I don't know.
chat's wrong. Twitch chat's wrong. They haven't used it for 2 years. That's what's going on. You guys confused.
Yeah,
okay.
I definitely
It's
have
fast, though.
since the dark ages of being a warlock main,
The Dark Ages.
which I'm still in the middle of.
Well, Tefty, you have electrostatic mind coming to you.
Yeah,
This
I'm
is-
honestly, this is definitely making me feel like it's worth the trouble. Or I haven't been bothered to get other gear leveled up for my hunter, but now I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that love. Yeah? I'm feeling the electrocution.
Arc ability kills and kills on arc debuffed enemies create ionic traces. When you collect any ionic trace, you become amplified.
Even
So
one?
Yeah, one
warlocks
little.
are going to be amplified a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
ball
amplified.
lightning.
Which is
How
their whole
fast can they
thing.
run in those skirts?
Yeah. Isn't it everyone also gets the speed buff, right? Anyone that's in the arc. So it's intrinsic. If you get amplified,
I don't know.
if you get amplified.
Wait, if you
then-
get an arc buddy, so if I'm playing
No,
with
no.
Tefty's okay.
No, it's if you
Okay.
get amplified, meaning if you so as a warlock, if you get one of those ionic traces, suddenly you're amplified, then you just hold W and then you're sonicking across the playfield.
Okay, yeah.
Be interesting because Warlock's typically speedy, but that's because of their air dash, and they
Yeah.
don't usually like have much mobility stats. But this is going to be on the ground, right? So I wonder if you can have a still low mobility stat Warlock and be zooming with amplify.
Yeah.
Wonder if the mobility stat will affect how much top speed you get.
Maybe. How far your
Yeah,
slide
that's going to
goes?
be interesting.
That's another thing.
Maybe resilience affects how heavy you are. Like the higher resilience, the fatter you are, so you can't run as fast.
Tanks,
Oh.
yeah.
Maybe.
I want that to be represented visually and on screen.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, higher resilience. Be like,
Yeah.
you've been working out, haven't you?
I want like tubby warlocks running around. beer bellies.
It just reminds me of Sea of Thieves or something, you know, just like a big beer gut. Like,
Yeah.
Yep. What? I definitely drunk, puking on Fran.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
The glory days.
Yep. Yeah.
Parking perfectly.
Yeah. It's funny. Not to derail the conversation, but thinking back to Holtz, I was so pissed off when Holtz puked on me, and I was so thrilled to puke on Fran. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's just an immediate flip. I was like, anyways.
Moving on to Titan.
Titan.
Titan is getting 2 supers, of course. You get Fist of Havoc and Thunder Crash, while the latter is practically unchanged from before. Fist of Havoc now has an adjusted slam radius that's halfway between top and bottom path, and the ground slam leaves a damaging feel in its wake, and then while slamming from the air, you cause damaging AoE effect. So that's your other super.
Yeah.
Thunder Crash and other abilities. It says in the case of Thunder Crash and other abilities, uncoupling a subclass's abilities from the old subclass diamond system will result in some substantial buffs,
Mhm.
depending on how the players use it. It's one of the intrinsic advantages that subclass 3.0 brings to Destiny. True.
Nice.
But they said that Thunder Crash is a great example of that. So that'll be interesting to see what can be done.
Yeah.
So Titan is getting a new ability called Thruster. Class ability.
Yeah.
Thruster.
Yeah. This sounds good.
It's a class ability. By double tapping a button while on the ground, the Titan bursts in their throttle direction at speed, performing a quick first-person evade,
Yeah.
comparable in distance to a hunter's dodge.
Oh, interesting. Twilight did go into third person. So it is
did,
different from Twilight.
Yeah.
Garrison.
Yeah.
And it's on the ground, not in the air.
Yeah, this only can happen on the ground. They clarified that
But
later.
I bet there's an exotic coming to be like, no, you're
Do it
thrusting
in
me
the
in the air.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you it won't be called Twilight Garrison.
It'll be called Twilight Thrust.
Twilight Thrust. Twilight Gary.
Yeah.
You're gonna
I
be
think
able to do
anybody
hunter
who
dodge.
was mad at Kevin Yanis for taking away their beloved Twilight Garrison. He owes him apology. You tweet him right now. Be like, I'm sorry, Kevin.
Yeah, you should send him a Bitcoin.
Yeah, one Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's clearly like Warlocks, solo Warlock is all about being in the air and floofing. That's what he was saying. That
Right.
that is the fantasy of Warlocks, is they're flying in the sky. But Titans can fly on the ground.
Yeah.
Especially with Arc 3.0.
See, this makes me want to go back to Titan now because, what's the point of the Hunter Dodge if you run a Titan with Arc?
So you can
Yeah.
blink.
Blinking is fun.
Okay.
But Titans have been fun. I'll be honest with you. My time with Titan this season has been a lot of fun.
Are you going to be a Titan for the raid, Briar?
We'll see. The Hunter does look fun too.
It does.
Yeah. Like, I'm sort of hoping that the new Hunter, super is just completely busted,
Yeah.
Yeah, so it gets
Between-
disabled for the raid.
Between the blink and the throwing a
That-
staff, it's just delicious.
That's
man.
really fun. Yeah, blinking around the sky, throwing a staff down.
Yeah.
Does sound really
It would
fun.
be
Right?
fun to blink through the raid. That's gonna be that's got the if we're thinking that the raid is the raid that we're thinking it is, the part where you're jumping between the ships, that's hard with blink. And that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I did that in Blink back in D1. I
Yeah.
prided myself on Blink only
Yeah.
ships.
It was really hard.
Yeah.
There's one spot in particular where Warlocks had a really hard time just getting enough height to
Yeah.
get to the next ship. And it was like 3/4 of the way through too, which was really demoralizing.
And there was no clamor. You weren't clamoring any.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
No, that's true. Yeah, that part will probably be a lot easier now that we can clamber up things.
Yeah.
For melee attacks for Titans, you're going to retain the Seismic Strike shoulder charge, which blinds enemies. Performing a Seismic Strike while amplified will increase the radius of the blind, and the blinding effect will last longer. You also are going to have Ballistic Slam, where players can slam the ground after sprinting in the air, creating a damaging explosion upon impact.
Okay.
Very cool.
Cool.
So those returning melees will be joined by a brand new charged attack known as Thunderclap.
Oh, that was my
Thunderclap.
nickname in college.
Here comes Thunderclap. Hide the beer.
Here, the Titan player holds the melee button and charges up arc energy that can be unleashed in either a quick, powerful jab or held and built up to be unleashed in a furious one-punch man style blast that will devastate an opponent. The charge state cannot be stored, and the Titan must be on the ground to charge the punch. But the damage is significant. A 90% charged Thunderclap will one-shot Guardians in PvP.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm just going to
Montage.
say, there's going to be Titans hiding around a corner.
Oh yeah,
Charge-
just
Charging
charging
the
it.
Thunderclap. Be like, you just got around the corner there. Just my Thunderclap.
Nothing. I wonder
You
if
just
it
need
makes
like a
sound.
Hunter to make you invis and you could just charge up behind a corner. Sitting
Yeah.
there, surprise.
It's going to be like they're charging Thunderclap, about to hit. It's a Warlock. Warlock slides, ball lightning teleport. They miss. Pops out, sudden explosion, and then the Hunter throws a staff and kills them both.
Someone said they say you can save that charge. No, you cannot. You cannot. The charge state cannot be stored. You must be on the ground and you must actively be charging.
Yeah, that would
Can't
be really
cancel out of it.
powerful if you could just save that up. Like you
Yeah.
do it every time you spawn.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, definitely.
It's like some Goku, charge up power.
Yeah. pretty much.
Just storing it.
So here are your aspects for Titan. This is where people get upsetty spaghetti if they have played Destiny 1.
So said as spaghetti.
So, Touch of Thunder improves arc grenades in the following ways. Flashbang fires an additional blind impulse on its first bounce. Pulse. When the grenade damages an enemy, it creates an ionic trace for the Titan. Pulse grenade damage increases over time as the ground lingers after impact. Lightning grants an additional charge for lightning grenade and jolts targets on initial blast. Storm creates a roaming thundercloud that moves and tracks enemies similar to the Stasis Hunter's Silence and Squall super, firing lightning bolts at the ground underneath it.
Oh.
I'll try that. That sounds fun.
I mean, that sounds awesome in PvE. Terrible in PvP.
Yeah, look, the more I read this, I'm going back to Titan, I think. For the
Yeah.
raid.
Well, these are all the grenades. Anybody can use that, right?
No.
No,
Oh, that's
it's
only Titan?
This is
Oh,
an
my bad, my
aspect
bad.
just for Titan.
That's an
Oh,
aspect that
aspects for Titan. My bad,
impacts
my bad.
grenades.
Yeah.
My bad, yeah. Wow, that sounds really
Yep.
good.
Yeah.
Next, you're gonna have. Oh wait, Milo's gonna carry me in trials with this one. You have Juggernaut. While
Oh,
sprinting and with
Yeah.
full class ability energy, the Titan
Uh-huh.
gains a frontal shield that blocks incoming damage. When amplified, the shield is stronger. Once the shield is depleted by taking damage, the player's class ability is depleted. If you play
Okay.
Destiny 1 and you play Trials
Yeah.
during Destiny 1, for a while, it was just Titans running at you with a Juggernaut shield, and you just couldn't do anything. You just like, I
Yeah.
tried, I shot him a couple hundred times. And you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna pair it with Antaeus swords. So they're gonna slide. They're gonna run at you with the Juggernaut shield. They're not gonna take any
Slide
damage.
with
Then
the
they're gonna
shield, yeah.
slide, and they're gonna reflect everything back at you.
It's great.
You're dead.
And then they're gonna, if they get
They're
in
gonna
trouble,
dodge.
they're gonna dodge. Yeah. If they miss, they're gonna dodge and be like behind you.
Yeah. Yep. Next, you have Knockout. Melee kills trigger health regeneration and make the Titan amplified. Critically wounding an enemy or breaking their shield increases melee range and damage for a brief period. Titan's base melee becomes arc empowered while Knockout is active. Titan sounds, just from reading it, it sounds like that'd be the best in PvP because of all the like stuff that's going on. But we'll see. They also have a lot of
Yeah.
mobility.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thrust dodge, all that. And
I feel like the synergy with Arc 3.0 is probably the strongest with Titans right now,
Mhm.
because you're not only getting all the amplification with the movements, but you're also basically getting shields too while you're rushing
Yeah.
Yeah.
with Juggernaut, and you've got a dodge, and you've basically got a hunter
And you gotta
dodge.
dodge. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
seem
But
good.
it does. It does seem good.
Definitely.
So here are the fragments that they're telling us about. Normally, there's some fragments that you have access to right away, and then there's more that come available after the raid
Right.
is beaten.
Right.
But here are the 4 that we're going to be starting out with, and these can be equipped by anybody. So you have Spark of Beacons. While the player is amplified, Arc special weapon kills create a blinding explosion.
Hmm.
PvE, everything's just going to be blind
Yeah,
all the
seriously.
time,
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah.
Spark of Resistance. When surrounded by enemies, the player has increased damage resistance. Spark of Momentum. Sliding over ammo will reload your weapon and grant a small amount of melee energy. Sliding over heavy ammo increases the amount of energy granted. And then Spark of Shock. The player's arc grenades jolt enemies.
Hmm.
So that's what I was thinking with Lucky Raspberry, is using Spark of Shock. Because Lucky Raspberry, it's if you chain it to, I think it's 2 or more people, it refreshes your grenade. So using Arc Bolt, it chains, you
Oh.
get it again, you refresh it,
Mhm.
and then that will cause everything to be jolted. And then if you're a hunter and you're using Flow State, defeating a jolted opponent makes you amplified, and then you have your dodge recharging faster, and you're more resistant to damage, and you reload faster.
Mhm.
So that was the
I
first
know
thing
everybody
that I thought of.
thinks that we're gonna be fighting Crota in this raid that's coming up next week. But imagine if we're fighting Oryx. Imagine all of the thrall, like all of the opportunities you have to fight massive amounts of thrall in that raid. And like all of the chaining stuff that you can do with these new abilities, like that would be hella fun.
Do you mean the reverse? Everybody thinks Oryx, but imagine if Crota.
Yes,
Yeah.
my bad. Yes, you're correct.
Cool.
Yeah, like doing that
Thrall
first
way.
section. Yeah, the hallway, and then the second. Then after you cross the bridge, and you got to do that second hallway.
Yep.
Even the bridge portion where you're trying to open that bridge, and you have to just stand there for like long periods of time, just
Mhm.
keeping that thing open. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Crota could be a fun raid with all these abilities.
Yeah.
Definitely. Also, it's I don't know about you guys. It's a little suspicious they haven't told us what raid's coming back yet.
Yeah.
You don't
'Cause
think they're
we
saving
knew
that
Vault
for
of
the
Glass.
23rd?
We knew Vault of Glass
True.
for a while.
I think it's like
You
one
reckon
of the
it's not going to be
things.
King's Fall? The longer it goes on, the less likely I think it's King's Fall for some reason.
I don't want it to be King's Fallout. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, that is the raid that I think I ran the most in Destiny 1. And I just want it to be. I want it to be Oryx or Wrath of the Machine.
I played.
Crota, my bad.
One of them hive peoples.
I played
Yeah.
King's
The
Fall on
green one.
D1 last week.
Mylan did. He went back to the
Yeah, how
30,
was it?
20 FPS
Oh,
and
man.
2 field of view.
Wow.
I tell you what,
Nauseating.
in regards to like raid, yeah, it was a bit nauseating just because of the frames. But in regards to like raid challenges now, Destiny is so much more complex with
Yeah.
Yeah.
raids than like in
That's
my
true.
memory. I always thought Kingsville, oh, this was like the most mechanically complex raid. It is a walk in the park now compared to something like Val, where you're like juggling symbols in your head and you're like doing call outs whilst like
Yeah.
the mental like games you need to keep juggling and the maneuvering a character around is just nowhere near what it is
Yeah.
now in Destiny.
The only thing that
things you
drives
have
me
to
crazy
do.
about it is that everything is damage gated like crazy. So you just like the mechanic, you know how to do it, and you just gotta like rinse and repeat so often in so many of those encounters.
For Oryx, sort of, yeah. There were
Yeah.
different ways around it though, so I'd be interested if they did bring it back. If they, made you keep repeating that. But I guess what they did with they made Vogue. Vogue was super hard in challenge mode or whatever it was when they re-released that
Yeah,
because they gave
definitely.
you the Oracle call outs, which just added that that like mental game to the mechanics.
Yeah, I mean, look at freaking Riven. There was so much
Yeah.
going on in that raid.
Right, it's crazy.
My God.
Yeah, I feel like that kind of marked a point of like, whoa, wow, that's a bit much. Having to memorize like 20 something odd symbols,
Yeah.
having names for all those.
It's a hell of a raid, though.
Mm-hmm.
It is, yeah. So we also do have a TWAB that came out today.
Yes.
I don't believe you.
Yeah.
I think you're lying.
It
to
is
me.
Thursday, bro.
But we don't usually get TWABs on Thursday, do we?
No, normally Tuesday, I think.
Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
That makes sense to me.
Friday night.
Yes. So they talk at the beginning. They talk about Arc, which obviously we've already gone through, but they do also say here, Risk Runner and Acreus mains. Now is your time to shine. So I think they also they talk about Jolt and debuffs and buffs and stuff. So we don't need to go over that.
Mhm.
But then they're talking about artifact mods. So I'm just going to read this because I haven't pre-read it. So I'm just going to read it. So we're talking to Andrew Veen, who says we've got a lot of love for machine guns and the weapon meta featuring them heavily with the new season. Can anyone
Yay.
say Thunderbolt Man? Thunder Crash? Thunderlord?
Thunderlord.
Yeah.
Thunderlord.
Thunderlord. I bet it's going to get a catalyst.
Oh,
if they're
yeah.
like heavily
yeah.
focusing on
fun.
it.
Yep.
Thunderlord
It's-
is so fun when it
Mhm.
came back.
It's been
Yeah.
a hot minute since I've used a machine gun, to be honest.
Same.
For
yeah.
anything.
Yeah, it's
Really?
been a little bit.
Yeah.
Not even Xeno?
Oh, Xeno doesn't count.
No. It's a scout rifle.
It's a fucking cannon. A
Cannon.
literal cannon taken off a pirate ship.
So there is a trifecta of returning favorites mod-wise from Season of the Chosen: Scout, Sniper Targeting, Anti-Barrier Sniper, and Sundering Glare. We're excited about these, especially because players have been clamoring for the return of Anti-Barrier Sniper. Yeah, it was awesome. You just shoot it once and it's done. You don't
Done.
need to stand there like getting pummeled by some anti-barrier dude while you're trying to
Mhm.
get rid of the
Yeah.
shield.
Just clip the shield. Done.
Yeah, flip it. Done. Easy. One of the new mods we're featuring is Bad Amplitude. I like that. That's a good name. We created this particular mod to increase access to Jolt in Season 18, while also giving players a new answer to the age-old question, how can I make champions explode?
I like where you're heading with
Yeah.
this.
Mhm.
Hype Train Conductor and Trace Evidence are also new to the artifact, though these two mods will make more sense when you've had some hands-on time with Arc 3.0. So for the mods that are entirely new, we've got those mods bolded, so it's easy to spot what's new. So you have Overload O's, Scout Rifle Loader, Glaive Loader, Overload LMG for your machine guns, and Thunderous Retort. Arc supers do more damage when cast while in critical condition or while amplified.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a
Oh.
stick the stake in Oryx's face
That's what made me
when I'm
think
amplified.
exactly. Like, imagine you get amplified, then you check that new super from the hunter, and it does like pulsing damage.
Yeah,
with
that's
the
what I'm
stab.
thinking.
That's gonna be really good
Could be
with
juicy.
Chaos Reach. Because
Yeah,
Chaos Reach is like a very damaging super. Same with Thunder Crash. All of these supers have been like boss destroying
Mhm.
Yeah.
supers. So
I don't feel like the hunter's gonna be this. It feels like more of an AOE, but I sort of do hope the hunter's a little bit broken. Is at least competitive. It's not gonna be competitive.
I'm
with
gonna
the
go
Thunder
kill
Crash,
every,
though.
There's
raid
always
boss
something that's
with
a
it.
little bit broken, right? We just got to
There
figure
is,
out what
yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
There's always
Yeah.
something. Unstoppable Pulse Rifle, Sword Ammo Scavenger, Focusing Strike, causing damage with a melee ability grants class ability energy. That's going to be really good for the hunter loop that we
Mhm.
read about from the aspects. Anti-barrier sniper and hype train conductor plus 2 seconds to amplified timer, and it stacks.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
That one must integrate with your Twitch Prime as well, I reckon.
Yeah, hype train, right?
Every time you get it, just randomly donates a sub to a Twitch stream.
Yeah, get amplified. You're going to be in a GM zone. Keep subbing, guys. I
Yeah.
need to be amplified.
Crank 2, baby. It's
Crank,
happening.
crank me up.
Wait, so how does the amplification? I thought it only didn't you say it only goes off once you stop running, or is there a timer?
There is a timer on amplified. There's an extra speed boost on top of being amplified. So when you're amplified and you sprint for a certain amount of time, you get this extra super speed boost.
Yeah.
And
Go
the
Santa.
speed
Which
boost
doesn't go
doesn't
away
fall off.
until you stop running.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
regardless of amplify.
Got it.
setting. Yeah.
We also have anti-barrier scout rifle, machine gun holster, combo arc and solar resistance for your chest piece, and then bad amplitude, damaging a champion with an arc ability causes the champion to become jolted. And then we have trace evidence, precision hits on arc debuffed targets will generate ionic traces.
Yeah. Interesting.
Seems good.
Just hits,
Oh, we also
not kills.
yeah. On hits, yep. Anti-barrier auto rifle, scout
Man.
and sniper targeting, machine gun scavenger, surge detonators, lightning strikes twice. Those are not new, so they're not telling us what they do. I don't remember what they do. Something cool, probably. Unstoppable shotgun. Bottomless bounty improves 2 origin perks. Bottomless bounty 2 improves 2 origin perks. Inferno whip and sundering glare.
Very interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to feel changed up. Like, it's interesting to see them adjusting things, you know. And I like the idea of it being featuring more machine gun type of stuff. Love
Yeah, definitely.
Thunderlord being something, you know.
Yeah, Thunderlord is probably going to be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yep. We also
Very nice.
have some dates for stuff that's coming in the new season. I really appreciate them doing this. So raid launch is August 26th. So next week we're gonna be raiding.
Yep.
Yep.
What do you think?
I am.
Crota, Briar? So it's going to be orcs that we're killing?
Yeah. Is it the green one or the brown one? I can't remember.
Oh, man.
Iron Banner is arriving on September 6th and November 15th. So that's going to be the new eruption mode. It's only twice in the season, once again. But those are the dates, September 6th, November 15th. Trials of Osiris is coming back September 16th. And then GMs are coming back October 4th. And then, of course, we have Festival of the Lost on October 18th.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
good. This is going to bring us into
Yeah.
October, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Why
Is
is
that
everybody
it?
so quiet?
Oh,
Yep.
5 more sleeps.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
5 more
super close.
sleeps.
It's exciting.
So what?
It's a lot
showcase
of
August
info to
24th.
digest, you know, going through all the arc stuff and then You know,
Yeah.
it's like one of these things. Every time before a season drops, we're always juggling the possibilities, and then next week we see things unfold. So it's that you get kind of brain mush thinking about it sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be a lot to try and figure out everything that's going to happen.
Hmm.
And we also did have the epilogue, if you could call it that, of the
Yeah.
season. Mylon, what's the look?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I did get very excited. I made a video about the epilogue, and maybe I went a bit too hard because then it was corrected somewhat. But Callus did show up in the helm. There was egregore that had spread right up to the console, like the war table at the front, and you got essentially hold on a second. Let me just deal with this. Gonna do us all a favor.
Egregore is
Thank
that
you.
like
Um,
that's nasty plant stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
It was a
the
fungi
fungus.
that is grown on death. It was in the Leviathan. It made its first appearance in the Glycon, and we didn't really know what it was then. And then it came back in the Leviathan, and we got a lot of lore about the egregore this season. Essentially, it connects points of darkness, and it leads back to the Witness, and potentially the Witness like watching us, and then it also potentially drains your light. This was an OG story from the Drifter, so it might even like drain Guardian's light. So it could potentially be a setup for Lightfall.
Mm-hmm.
And it spread through the helm. And then Callus basically showed this message. So there wasn't really much lore on how it integrates with technology. And originally I thought that the whole reason how Callus was able to send this message was he's inside this synaptic connection, this network system with the egregore. And that's how he did it, because he was trying to transfer his consciousness from the Leviathan to the Lunar Pyramid. And he was actually using the egregore system as part of that. And I was like, whoa, that explains how he sends a message in the helm, because egregore spread to the helm. Callus's consciousness is within that system, and that's how it's happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
That he's doing that. The interesting part is apparently it also got broadcast in the city. And the way Zavala says it, there's a couple different interpretations. Like, did every Guardian see it? Because he says it declared war with every Guardian. And he also says it terrorizes the people of the city. So my question was, did the egregore spread outside of the helm and into people of the city, the last city, and throughout all Guardians? And that's why people had a vision of Callus. That was a theory I put up on the channel. People's rebuttals to that, and they're pretty good. And it comes back to Eris smoking the egregore blunt, which was... This is how Eris has a visions of like the Witness and understand the egregore system. Is Drifter tells her to smoke it up. She smokes it up. She's like, oh, this is like a brain, a synaptic connections between points of darkness, right? And that is very short lived. And so I think people's response was, oh, we don't really think it's the egregore spores allowing you to see Callus. Like, Eris's experience is quite short lived. But my rebuttal to that is we do know that the fungi, the egregore, grows more with death, and the fact that Guardians keep killing and dying over and over again may have proliferated egregore. So maybe that is how it spread more through the city or something like that. There was another reason people thought... the other thing was Callus's head was very like holographic.
Yes.
So it sort of did imply the egregore took over the helm and like the projection system, and so... maybe they just projected it into the city somehow through the helm. Either way, Callus is still alive. We sort of expected that. Callus has gone further than his physical body. We know he's transformed. Didn't really give any clarity if he has taken control over the Lunar Pyramid like 100% yet, or if we get like a Lunar Pyramid takeoff or anything like that. But yeah, Callus is still around. Not dead, joined the Witness. Once again, is sort of really interested in Guardians, like this whole story, trying to get like a shadow of Earth, like a Guardian to join his team. And yeah, he's going to bring on the second collapse, and we're sort of preparing for that.
Second server.
No real no real obvious like setup for the next season. There wasn't anything that was like, oh shit, like this is gonna be next season plot line. It pretty neatly tied up. Callus is transformed. He's with the Witness. He's gonna bring in the second collapse. Very much seems like much more Lightfall storyline that I'll pick up. So I have no idea where season 18 is gonna go yet.
Very interesting.
Well, I'm going to transition into Twitter questions because the first Twitter question is about this directly.
Okay.
Eggplant Volcano says, with Lightfall, do you think that Callus will raise the lunar pyramid and destroy the moon using this as a reason for putting Shadowkeep in the DCV? The content fault.
Can you say it again?
With Lightfall, do you think that Callus will raise the lunar pyramid and destroy the moon?
It's definitely possible. Yeah, if they want to bring Callus back in. I mean, he's meant to, technically, he's meant to come with the Witness, right? So if the Witness comes back, I sort of expect Lunar Pyramid liftoff. Sort of, yeah. Yeah. And that
Do we know how long the lunar pyramid's been there?
Really long time. It was buried there for ages. It was like dormant.
Like,
like I think it's even pre-Golden Age or something like that. It was like all Golden Age. I have to check in with the law expert panel, but it's been there a long time.
Okay. Who flew it there in the first place?
I don't know. I think it's part of the mystery, I think.
Okay.
Nezarec.
Well, yeah, I actually have good points. Yeah, it's probably Nezarec.
I know Vormon.
Yeah, good gold star. Yeah.
Savathun's worm, Savathun's worm was on the pyramid driving it. Pain! Yeah, that was definitely it. Definitely.
Shithole Country says, can we get a collective drop your nuts on him moment for the poor Bungie dev who had to deal with all the bullshit about Twilight Garrison as they made us a better version as a damn class ability?
Well, Kevin did take to Twitter, Hocom himself, Kevin Giannis, after ARC was announced. It's currently his tweet. It was a picture of saying, never ask me for anything ever again. It's currently at 17.5 thousand likes.
Nice.
It's, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have the aerial version, so I don't know if it's technically better per se.
Yeah, but they have Shield Bash. I mean, they basically got it already.
True.
Void Shield Bash, they're dashing around
You can't Shield Bash to the left or right, though.
With a mouse, maybe you can.
With a mouse, you got pretty good mobility.
That's true.
Whip.
Because, like, Twilight Garrison...
I know it's not the same, but, like, they still have air mobility.
Also, Twilight Garrison, you had double chat. Like, you could go boom, boom.
Yeah, you did double boost. Yeah.
I don't think you're going to be able to double on this. They probably would have mentioned if there was, like, a double charge in there. So, I mean, you don't have to use an exotic, so it's better in that sense. You know, it's not taking...
it's free.
It's just built into
real
your
estate.
class.
Yeah, free. It's free. It's free. Yeah.
Now you get to use it with Doom Archers and God knows what else.
It's free.
LJ says, could the mustachioed madmen please describe in meticulous detail their mustache care routines? What do you guys do to take care of those mows?
Get it up off the lip when it gets too long.
That's the main one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got to do a little trim.
I tried to get some mustache wax, and no joke, it smelt like a men's urinal cake. You know, like the cakes you put, and I was like, and obviously it's in your mo, it's like running. If you know, it's like, it smells like piss all day.
That doesn't sound great.
Did you
and I was
continue
like,
using it?
So, not anymore. No.
Okay, good.
Well, you didn't finish the can. He paid for it.
Yeah, so if you have
cans are gonna last you a year.
Leo. Hand it to Leo. He'll enjoy it. Leo.
Yeah, old dung eater.
Yeah. If you have some mustache wax recommendations, I'll take them because those little stray hairs.
Get the twirl going?
No, just if you've got any strays, you know, just to keep them all awesome down.
Right. I haven't been using any oil or wax or anything like that. For the most part, it calms down. You know, I think if you have a certain length, then you have a higher chance of it like conforming and chilling. You know, it's like an awkward phase where it's like it's long enough to stick out, but not long enough to go with the herd. You know, so
MTL Rocker says, when do we get to wear Callus's ass like a hat? It's a good question. I don't think he's got a corporeal ass anymore. So never.
Well, it's not we get to wear his head as a head because of the mask.
Yeah.
It's not his ass. They should do that though. They should bring a Fest of the Lost mask that is some boss's
An
butt.
ass hat.
Well,
That's
I
what we
mean,
need.
talking about arse hats, if the reprise raid, do you reckon we'll get another armor set like they did with the Age of Triumph, where they had all those like Crota and Oryx and Vex armor sets?
God, I hope so.
We didn't get it for Volk though, did we? You just got the original armor set.
We did get the original. Maybe that will be later. They'll be like, guys, we're bringing the armor back.
Yeah,
Play the raids.
yeah.
Kelly Locke says, for Mylan, I got to know, what's the scariest wildlife encounter you've had in Australia? Also, have you seen a wombat in person before? They look cute, but I don't know if I could trust any animal from down under. It's good. Good call.
I have seen a wombat in person, and I've held a wombat with my niece. We went to like a little
Wow.
park, a zoo park
is she
thing.
dead
and
now?
No, she survived the encounter with the wombats.
Okay,
Only
lucky.
minor injuries.
Scarred forever.
No, wombats will hurt you though. They can be quite, not the ones you pat, but like if you find one in the wild, they're so stout and short and quick they'll just headbutt you, like
Really?
run after you. Yeah, very low center of mass.
You see what a wombat looks like. Oh, one of these little rodent looking. I didn't realize it's like a rodent.
Big fat marsupial, right?
Is it a marsupial? So they got like a pouch. Their young stays in
I'm
the
pretty
pouch.
sure they do have pouches actually. Yeah.
Huh.
Wildlife encounter. I don't think I've had anything super scary, to be honest.
No
Everyone thinks it's so-
nasty spiders or snakes.
No, even
Drop
I don't get
bears.
A lot, probably drop bears. is
Shark
closest.
attack. Great white.
I was just thinking, have I ever come close with sharks before?
Those little tiny jellyfish that can kill
Oh,
you.
okay. This is only the close encounter, maybe, and it's a big maybe. We went up north in my state. They have some of the best whale diving tours you can do. Whale sharks, and you basically get dropped off at the boat in front of the whale. They have a helicopter that spots it. You jump into the water with all your gear on, and the whale shark swims past, and they're just fucking huge.
Yeah.
What kind of gear?
You're just snorkeling.
Oh.
Just snorkeling. Yeah. And the people we were with, they got out. There were these tourists like, bruh, we saw like not just a whale shark. We just saw a tiger shark. We're not getting in. And they didn't get back in the water. And we were
That's
like,
an understandable response
and
if
we're
you're
like,
not from Australia.
nah, they didn't see that. Whatever. The very next day, I shit you not, we were driving back from the same area, and this dude, I don't know how, I don't know if it was legal, had a shark on the back of a boat trailer, dead shark, and it was the fucking length of the boat trailer, and its jaws were open, like at the end of it. And we're like,
That doesn't sound legal.
and because the sun was going down, like quicker, get up, trying to get a photo. It was like a one-way, like rural road. I'm like, guys, I'm not driving on the wrong side of the road. So everyone's like sticking their head out of the fucking window trying to take a photo of this massive shark on the back of a boat trailer. I'm like, oh my god.
How long do you think it was?
Oh, it would have been at least 3 meters, maybe 4 meters, something like that. It was a big boy.
12 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Like a good decent chunk out of you.
I feel like if
I had a bear encounter yesterday.
Yesterday?
Really?
Yeah, I was driving.
You're
my mother
alive,
lives in
so.
like a condo complex, and I was driving in the condo complex, and there was a bear at the side of the road, a black bear, but a pretty big one. And he was looking at me. I was driving my Mustang, and I think he must have heard the engine, like the exhaust, because he was like staring right at me, and he looked upset, and then he jumped onto a tree and he started crawling up the tree. And as I drove by, he was just like staring me down, like he was gonna fight me. But I think the Mustang stared him away.
Got him.
Yeah. The black bear. My mom has a story of my grandma. Basically, they were in these rural places in Canada all the time, and my mom went into a bathroom. She was like, I don't know, 8 or something like that. And a bear comes in, and
Into the bathroom?
into the bathroom. Yeah, because like a rural,
Wow.
outhouse type of thing. And apparently,
Oh.
my grandma just comes in and shoos it away. Like, get out of here! Get out of here! Get
What
out
you
of here!
doing? Get
I'm
out.
like, grandma did that? She's like, what else are you gonna do? I think it was a black bear, because if it was a grizzly, it would probably have been like, oh yeah,
Yeah, grizzlies are different. Black
Yeah.
bear, I think,
They
are
are,
a
yeah.
little,
they're slightly more
less
docile.
aggressive.
A little
Yeah.
more chill.
Mm-hmm.
I heard
Violent
actually
noise,
that
good point.
recently the first grizzly bear in Colorado for like forever was found.
Murdered
I
a
guess
group
they
of
would-
campers.
I don't think that. I'll have to read the article. Kelly Locke says oh no, I just read that one. Dayman says, if the DCP crew were to be the bosses for the next new raid, what order would each member be, and what would your boss mechanics be?
Wait,
Better
what?
go.
That's
It's a lot of
Here, people.
a lot of
Watts is
consideration
gonna
to this one.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say Watts is the final boss, and
Yeah.
one of her abilities is cannibalism. She's eating the teammates.
Yes, 100%.
I'm gonna eat.
Oh
Definitely
yeah.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
too far
Right.
away from your team,
So-
you get split off from the herd. I pick you off and chomp you.
So the
you just get
mechanic is,
snatched and like,
as you've killed the rest of us going through the raid, you've actually been strengthening Watts by feeding her
Oh,
our
right,
bodies.
right. Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. True.
That's
Thanks.
what's happening.
That's
Yeah,
it, exactly.
Briar would be like Golgoroth, but rather than a spider, it's just like a big rabbit.
Oh, nice.
Not
Okay.
as intimidating, but
I've seen some death bunnies.
very powerful.
They could look
Death
terrifying.
bunnies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red
Yeah.
eyes and stuff.
Mine, there's no like actual mechanics. It's just like a quiz. Like all your guardians just sit down and like a
You have
fucking
to-
quiz pops up on your screen, and like if
Pop
you get
quiz,
if you fail it,
Guardian.
it just
What
nukes
was
you.
Nezarek's
Yeah.
sin?
It's Who wants to be a millionaire, but for
Short
your
form
life?
answer. And my boss is just sitting at like a big mahogany desk, just looking down at guardians, marking test quizzes.
John Kwok says, if animals could be resurrected as guardians, what species would be the most dangerous with Arc 3.0? The electric
Ooh.
eel. Obviously.
I was just thinking something that you really wouldn't want to be very, very fast.
Ooh.
Grizzly bear? They're already pretty
Hmm.
fast.
They're already pretty quick.
You ain't outrunning the
What's-
grizzly, but
What's slow
Yeah.
and
What's
dangerous?
slow and a koala? How fast are they?
Chlamydia.
Chlamydia koala.
Electric chlamydia.
oh, okay.
That's what-
Actually, I think it would
Yeah,
be a
snakes
variety
and
of
spiders would be pretty
insects and snakes if
terrifying.
they were lightning fast. That would be.
Oh, God.
Imagine like a giant spider is like there and now suddenly across the room.
Yeah, that would get you.
Yikes. That would be burn it, burn the whole.
I still
Snapping
say
turtle's
chlamydia.
not a bad one.
Snapping
Snapping
turtle.
turtles, they will snap you.
They will.
Yeah.
They'll take a finger off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're dangerous.
Would you rather have a finger bitten off by a snapping turtle, an electric snapping turtle, or have electric chlamydia? It burns and it zaps.
Mm.
If someone touches me, do I zap them if I have the electric chlamydia?
Mm,
That
yes.
sounds pretty fun. Go with that. That's a
Don't
good,
forget the
uh,
burning and the zapping, though.
Okay, think about this: a crocodile that's like lightning fast. That's terrifying, right?
They are already
Very
pretty
terrifying.
quick. They can't turn fast, I think is the
Yeah,
secret.
but I
They-
feel
they
like
have a-
they would
they have a
go.
quick
They only go
snap.
quick for like
Yeah.
a meter or 2 meters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're
Oh,
within
okay.
6 feet, you're done. But
Are we
imagine
talking
them
like 60
sprinting.
miles an hour, like they'll catch your car?
Yeah, and then chomp
Yeah.
your hind, and you're like, oh, they took out the tire. Oh god, keep going.
Yeah, that would get you.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
What if all this time sloths are only kind and fun because they're so
They're
slow?
slow.
What if all of a sudden you gave them speed and they became like ferocious killers?
They could?
They got those
I've seen their
claws.
hands.
They
Yeah,
got some mean claws. Yeah,
they do have mean
Yeah.
claws.
interesting.
I just imagine a kangaroo like not realizing it just got amplified and just like jumping over a fucking house or something.
Yeah, there's like a movie about that, right?
Wow! Like whoa! Look at me, I'm flying.
There's got to be an
Here
amped
we
up
go.
movie kangaroo thing.
I'm sure. there
Kangaroo
has to be.
Jack, the
Yeah, Kangaroo
Australian
Jack,
classic.
Yeah,
Kangaroo Jack.
I think I've ever seen that.
Oh, it's a classic. It's up there with Crocodile Dundee as to how you learn about Australia.
Mm. How's it compare to Crank 2? High voltage.
Oh, it's nowhere near that kind of masterpiece level,
Thought so.
but it's pretty good. The Gaming Ox said, "Do you guys notice when Callus says that he's going to give us one last gift, then we hear the level up sound, but we don't actually level up? Is it possible that
No.
Callus is giving us a new subclass, but we don't harness the power until Lightfall?"
Oh, he planted the seed?
Ah, that's
Callus-
some nice thinking. I like that.
Cal's put his seed in us?
Speaking of seed, it's not related. But so when you flew to the helm for this epilogue, there was music, but
Yeah.
it wasn't in the music channel because I had music muted.
Really?
Mm.
So
Really?
yes. Now why would they do that? Maybe so you can hear the level up sound. That's what I'm going with. That checks out.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, but that music was creepy. And it was not in because I was like,
was.
I have music on? Like after I have music on when I'm playing through like new raids and new story missions and stuff like that. But after that, I
Mm.
just turn it off and play music.
Yeah.
So I was like, no way do I have music on. And I checked. I did not.
They snuck a track in there.
Really? Yeah.
Interesting.
You know? So that's a little suspicious. They don't normally do that.
Yeah, I didn't really think much about the gift. I just assumed it was, I don't know, actually, what the gift was.
Got him.
The leaked subclass.
Leaks.
Yeah.
Slap the thing on it, flex tape on it.
Yeah. It's hard
That
to know
stuff is
what's
magic.
true.
It's magic. Magical tape.
Patch
Yeah.
Echo says, "I was watching Lost, and the Australian lady on the show said that she's the only Australian who likes peanut butter. Do Australians not like peanut butter?"
No, peanut butter's completely fine.
I would say that at least England's similar to Australia. They don't in England there's less peanut butter based things.
You know what my wife bought me today?
Peanut brittle.
Raisins covered in peanut butter, covered in milk chocolate.
Raisins covered in peanut butter, wrapped in chocolate. Wait, like a raisinette?
Except there's peanut butter too.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Raisins.
Yeah. It is awesome.
Yeah, because the
And
the
you're like, it's
raisins
healthy.
got
It's a
like
raisin.
gooey. Yeah, you're having your fruit.
Yeah. And a little protein, it's good for
Yeah. Peanut butter actually
Some
is.
dairy?
People put peanut butter in smoothies and stuff because it gives you your protein. Yeah.
Yeah.
Healthy. A
Wow.
healthy
Yeah.
snack.
It's high in fat.
I'm going
It's
to start
delicious.
giving them out at Halloween. Yeah, we'll be the healthy choice house.
Yeah.
Eric Johnny says, "You have the Crank 2 condition where you need to electrocute yourself to keep your heart going. How do you survive?" Wait, was it you had to electrocute yourself to keep your heart going? I thought you just had to keep your adrenaline up to like a certain
No.
level.
His heart gets replaced with like a battery, and so he
Yeah.
keeps
Yeah.
having to like
Oh.
electrocute himself in ridiculous ways to keep the battery going.
Got it.
So
I'm gonna move to a place with a lot of thunder and lightning, and I'm gonna run around with an umbrella. That's what I'm gonna
Okay.
do all day. Just running around with umbrella and climbing tall buildings, sticking my umbrella on top of.
I would get an electric car, and
Yeah.
on my seat there'd be a special plug that goes in.
Goes
a
in your
special
butt.
plug.
Connects me
electric
to the car
plug.
battery.
Almost like a butt plug.
Oh my.
it's the tingle tip. Do you insert?
Uh-huh.
The tingle, yeah.
Yeah.
I just jump in the car, get recharged by
Yeah,
the
little
car
zip
battery.
zap zo. Okay, got
Yeah.
it.
I feel like I'll just get that Milwaukee inverter that I use for my Steam Deck and just kind of
Oh, that's
plug into
great.
that. And portable. I can recharge it. I got plenty of
Portable.
batteries.
Definitely portable.
Yeah.
It's got a
That's
belt
it.
hook.
The question is, can you actually jumpstart your heart, your battery heart, with that technology, or do you need
With your
The
higher
only thing
voltage?
that jumpstart my heart is Motley Crue.
Like, how intense of a jolt do you need? Do you need to like plug into a 20 amp or something? You know, like run up
I don't
a
know.
bill?
If you just kind of keep it going, though, like you just never let it go down, right? You just got to keep a charge on it.
I'm sure there's a threshold. Go below.
Or
the
can you
threshold,
overcharge it?
you're
It's like a lithium-ion battery. Like if you keep it charged 100% all the time, it wears out faster.
you know, too much heat wears down.
Maybe.
Got to go store and swap it out.
We're gonna need
Yikes.
some instructions. I'm gonna have to read the manual on this.
Yeah.
I do like Nightshade's idea of really fuzzy socks and a carpet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like this idea.
Every time
Interesting.
someone invites you somewhere, they're like, "Do they have a carpet?"
Yeah. I'm not going if they don't have a carpet.
I guess
Maybe
my mind
If they
keeps
got hardwood
going.
floors, I could die.
But my mind keeps going to like high voltage. Like I need to go to like my local substation and like break in and then jack into like
Yeah.
an outlet or something. Start sipping the line.
Just some fuzzy socks and a carpet. Good to go.
Yeah. Just a Tesla and a butt plug is all you need.
You gotta get the premium version and get that adapter.
Yeah.
S plus plus version.
Subscription plan on that one. Unlock some features.
Attach jumper cables from your car battery to your nips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nip
Still
up.
mix up the polarity. That could be disaster.
I'm pretty sure that was in that movie,
Jolt?
right? Wasn't that in the movie?
Crank too? Did he?
I would not be surprised if it was.
I might have to watch that movie before the raid so I can reference it properly
Yeah.
during the raid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dig it.
Alexander the Titan says, if you were a mix of an animal and a food, what two would it be and what would you be called? I mean, so many animals are food.
Hmm. So a burger?
Most of my favorites. A burger.
I would be this thing known as a burger. Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a pork chop?
Clean Play says, no question. Just a thank you for putting out the podcast. It helps me, my weekly commute, at least one day a week. Thank you, Clean.
Oh,
That's very
thank
kind.
you.
Thanks.
Perks of being Chris says, in the honor of Crank 2, I mean Arc 3.0, what is your favorite Jason Statham and why is it Lock Snatch? I mean, Snatch was good, but I don't think that's my favorite Statham. I think that's
I
my
only
favorite
know
Brad Pitt.
Statham.
Statham.
Statham,
My bad.
Statham.
Statham.
Good.
Favorite Statham?
I liked him in he's always the same, actually. Every role he plays, he just plays the transporter over and over
Yeah,
again.
what? Yeah,
Yeah.
what's the driver one? That's the transporter, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 That's the
I
only
mean, he
thing I
just
can
plays the same
remember.
thing over and over again.
Yeah. Isn't he?
Has he ever, like,
done
Done like a comedy or something?
Well, the Fast and the Furious, isn't he in that?
Yeah, but he's doing the same thing. He's driving shit.
Yeah, that's what
Fast.
I'm saying. It's just it all
And
blends
furiously.
together.
I think I need a Jason Statham like binge. Just watch all Jason.
It'd be like
Statham.
watching the same movie for like 10 hours.
Yeah.
I don't have any hate. Like, I like him. I think, he does what he does good,
I mean, Crank 2 is a masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
obviously.
Modern day cinema.
Dimitri P says, this one's mainly for Mylan. Do you think there is potentially some connection between Egregore and the origins of the Vex, given they both play heavily with shared consequences? Love the show. Thanks for all you do.
Not that I know of. We do have a pretty solid origin story for the Vex in the creation of Black Garden. So I don't know of any links. I do think the Vex have originally started as, very darkness related, but quite separate from that now. D1 was all about the Vex of the darkness, kind of deal. And now I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like the light and the dark saga is somewhat separate from the Vex. And the Vex will probably get their own resolution at some point, hopefully.
My bad, I lost my space. Wild Dog 39 says, if we go back to the OG tower, do you think we'll get access to our D1 weapons? Aren't they still stored in the equipment in the puzzle room for the outbreak mission?
They got crushed. Smashed. Data purged.
Yeah, didn't the vault get blown up?
Yeah. I'm going to go, whatever the encryption method, it got slashed.
Yeah.
completely
No, I
destroyed.
don't think we'll get them back.
No.
Everett says, kind of a lore-heavy question, but with the egregore being a sort of mind-connecting and mind-influencing fungal infection, just like the clap, do you think that Savathun created the viral chant from back in Shadowkeep as a form of protection against this power?
Savathun was protecting herself from the fungus through
From the clap.
the song, the clap, yeah? She was
I
like,
don't
fungus
know
mongers.
what's going on with Savathun's song. It's still out and about,
It is
doing stuff, being played. I'm not too sure, to be honest. I don't think so. My reaction is no, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah, Savathun's just chilling somewhere. She got taken by the ghost, picked up. So clearly it's not done.
No, the hidden have Savathun's body.
Hmm.
The hidden have it. They got taken
Did it?
away.
Yeah.
But the ghost is still out and about.
Right.
That's
Trials of
unresolved.
Savathun.
That's
Oh.
also unresolved.
Yeah, the ghost went to the traveler. Right?
He did?
Yeah, the ghost, right? The traveler was like, and then booped on out of there, out of the throne world.
Well, yeah, it looks like that, but we don't really know. We don't know what's his face is. What's his name? What's Savathun's ghost called again?
Piglet.
Imaru?
Imaru. Imaru?
Imaru.
Imaru. Can't
Yeah.
remember. Yeah, don't know.
Little sneaky motherfucker.
Rush King says, now that all 4 subclasses have kind of their own identity, if you could choose one to be able to use in real life, which one would you choose? Also, Briar, you should really watch a VOD of the Guilty Gear Evo finale. It was awesome. I plan to. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But I plan to. That sounds awesome.
Which in real life subclass would you use?
I think I would go solar. Just seems handy to be able to like light shit on fire anytime I want.
And heal yourself.
Yeah. Throw
Do the heal.
flaming hammer.
I mean, Titan Superman would be pretty good.
Yeah, that would be pretty good.
The only thing is you just destroy everything when you land.
Well, we could work around that.
I guess
like,
you could
what
always
would
do
be
it until
pretty
it runs
good?
out.
I feel like the most practical really would be Arc, because you'd have to learn how to control it, and you'd run the risk of zapping all your electronics. But if you same thing with like you run the risk of destroying everything in the void, run the risk of lighting everything on fire, run the risk of electrocuting everything. Well, if you learn to control it, I think the most useful is electricity, to have electricity on demand at any moment.
Yeah.
And then you could charge up Jason Statham.
Then charge
Yeah,
my
just-
Tesla.
I'm
Right.
not doing that, bro. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to take one for the team. I'm not sticking my finger up your ass.
Can't get a charge.
Not again.
Yeah.
It's only been
guess
10 minutes. How long does that battery last?
It's a little thing we called fast charge.
Invis
Ben
would be pretty
says-
handy, but it's not really Invis though, is it?
If you're a bank robber,
Oh, yeah. It's not really.
Yeah.
it'd be really good if you are a professional thief stealing high valued assets. Then being able to go invisible on demand would be worth it.
I don't feel like money is going to be an issue if you have any of these powers. You're going to be able to figure out a way to make money.
Really? How would you make money if you light stuff on fire constantly? Because I feel like you have that power right now.
You're going
just
to be
in
the
a
most popular guy on 4th of July, period.
How you making money from that?
You work one day a year. You go to 4th of July, big city. Watch what I can do. Start throwing fucking shit around.
Okay.
It's gonna be
No,
awesome.
okay. No, I see it. I see
Rob a
it.
bank.
Yeah. Yeah. Going, lighting yourself, being like the Human Torch, and then doing a stage show. You could, I can see
Yeah.
that bringing in money. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Ben says, do you think that we will ever see what's inside the Traveler? It'd be nice to get some answers on the voice that spoke to Rolk.
I'm sure we're
Be
gonna
nice to
have to
see.
see something more to do with the
Yeah.
Traveler, right? Towards the
I
end
hope
of
so.
like Lightfall and Final Shape and all that stuff. Like we gotta see, because we haven't really seen much to do with the Traveler for a long time. It's just like, yeah, this
Nah.
ball. It does
I mean,
stuff.
he woke up at the end of year 1 and nothing, right?
Yeah, the
Been like
Traveler
3 years.
hasn't really said much since waking up.
I half expect him to just fuck off someday. Just be like, I'm out. It's too fucking hot around here.
Yeah.
We have some Guardians of other galaxy.
I think the Traveler's just depressed, moping,
Yeah. Just kind of
not saying anything, being like, everywhere I go, I cause a collapse.
Need some Xanax.
Yeah.
Mr. Bancolito says, welcome back from vacation. How did you all spend your time off? Did either of you have any cookies, cakes, or pastries?
Yes.
We actually did order some of Destin's cookies.
Oh, nice. Did you get it?
Fire Team Chat Destin cookies. They arrived today while I was
Really?
streaming. Yeah.
How were they?
I haven't tried them yet.
Ah, saving it, huh? Nice. Expect a full review next week.
Yeah, I'm excited.
What kind of cookies are they?
I have no idea. Who ordered them? I just saw it pop up on a UPS text. It was like Lagaria Bakery, and I was like, Destin? Destin cookies?
Hold up.
And it was like, yeah.
Xbox Game Pass shill? Destin?
Yeah. That's exactly what I said.
I almost locked myself out of every account.
Oh, how'd you do that?
Well, I did. Well, my super tight security with my 2-stage verification was on a phone number that I lost access to because I hadn't renewed the plan on it. And I had just been auto logging into all my accounts, and then I had some computer issues and wiped my browser data and had to relog when I got the phone. Saw a text message from a month ago saying your number has been cancelled. It's been inactive. See you later. And I could not get into my Twitch account.
Oh, God.
Thankfully, YouTube had other things set up and Twitter had other things set up. But Twitch was fucking locked down. I needed that number. So I spent the morning panicking. I rang up the telephone company. And they're like, yeah, you haven't verified this email. We can't do it. You're gonna have to go into a store. So me and Danny in a store with a baby waiting.
Oh my God.
And we get this she looked new to the company, like this new employee. She's like, oh, that's really weird. What are you trying to do again? I was like, oh, fire, I'm a YouTuber. Anyway, thankfully got the number back, recovered my accounts, but it was
that's nerve-wracking stuff, man.
That is scary.
Wow.
Yeah. That was my week off. Got him.
I just did what I usually do.
Yeah. I tried to spend as much time outdoors as I could. Really try to maximize the good summer weather and exercise and have a good time outside.
Yeah, we talked a bit about it on SideQuest earlier in the week.
Yeah. Inferno says, what do you think the theme will be for season 18 based on some hints from Enclave? It might be Rasputin coming back for one more shot at defending the last city. If Wrath is the raid, then we can assume new Siva Rasputin weapon origin traits based on Chris P from Firing Range.
Yeah, I mean, Rasputin's unresolved. I should have made a video of all the unresolved stuff, like Exofishy, Rasputin, I guess Sabathoon's body.
Yeah.
They're the main ones that come to mind.
Osiris.
I don't know.
He's in a coma.
Oh, Osiris. Good one. In a coma. What else we got? So, I think they're going to say Vex a bit later. Like Vex is going to come after Lightfall.
Right.
Yeah. Aramis. Oh, Aramis could return. That's one.
Yeah, Aramis, true. Yeah.
Yep. Ship Stealer could come back. That's for sure. That's in the psionic divinations that was in Vox Obscura. So that's possible. Yeah. There you go. Bang. There's a video for you.
Ishka says, I took 9-month break from Destiny after some pretty bad burnout. Fully back on the grind and looking forward to the reveal. It's been nice to have some DCP back in my ear holes once again. But honestly, how has Briar not been smoked and chopped? You know, motherfucker, I'm not reading this question. You son of a bitch.
Welcome back to Destiny.
Yeah, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Ninja Naranja says, are you dudes aware that sorry. Leviathan's breath has had its damage bugged in PvP since season 17 began. It doesn't one-shot supers anymore. Heck, it doesn't even take their shields down.
No.
No,
Didn't
I
know
wasn't
that.
aware, honestly.
I have not used Leviathan's breath in PvP.
Ever.
Cool, yeah, maybe ever. Yep. So I can't say. I can't.
Now we know.
comment. Yeah.
Now we know.
Now I know.
Doughboy has a rapid fire question.
Hold up. I do
So
want to
there's-
say it's great that someone's out there championing like that
Yeah.
experience, being like, I have to get my kills in PvP with my Leviathan's breath, even though it's busted. It pisses me off every
Yeah.
season they don't update it. It's
I
great.
do love that. That's good.
All right, rapid fire. Here we go. Family Guy or King of the Hill? King of the Hill.
Family Guy.
Family Guy, yeah.
Family Guy can't even make their own jokes. They only use other people's jokes.
Are they
Cookie
funny, though?
dough, ice cream, or cookie and ice cream. Or cookies and cream. Cookie dough, ice cream, or cookies and cream.
Cookie dough ice cream.
Yeah.
I think cookie dough.
Yeah, probably cookie
Yeah.
dough.
Cookie dough's yummy.
Deep dish pizza or calzone? Calzone.
Deep dish. Deep dish pizza.
Calzone.
Deep dish.
No.
Treyarch, Call of Duty, or Infinity Ward?
Treyarch. Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2.
Yeah, I guess Treyarch.
Plus
I don't know them
zombies.
enough.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Infinity War did Modern Warfare though, right? Is that the
Yeah,
story?
Modern Warfare
Yes.
2 were fucking unbelievable.
They managed to do one game that people liked. It's good. Very good.
Yeah, but it was the one though.
Hmm.
It was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. Or Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
That's what it's called, right?
That one was it was also good. Trinity,
That
I feel
was-
like Infinity Ward were like they were really good on the early portion of Call of Duty, and then Treyarch kind of took over when they did especially zombies. Like so many people just get Call of Duty for zombies,
Yeah, that's true.
and that was Treyarch.
I don't even know who's running things over there. I know they've had so many studios kind of get
Raven.
absorbed in there. Who made Ghost?
Infinity.
Then they win. Zachary
Call of
Richardson
Duty Ghost?
says-
The one everyone hates.
You love the honey badger so much that it's like you think about it every night before going to bed.
every night. Who wants to make a bet? Okay, Zachary Richardson says, who wants to make a bet? Do y'all think Bastion's shot will break a Juggernaut shield? If I lose, I'll donate $5 to Holtzman's Twitch.
Huh.
This is attractive to me.
Wait, what will break the shield?
But
Bastion
But-
the fusion rifle.
if Zachary wins, Tefty and Breyer have to play Trials with Watts.
Oh. Can I get a proxy to sit in?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna point to proxy. Like
I get
Fallout.
a champion to fight for you.
Yeah, like Cammy, you know? Like
I really do want you to donate $5 to Holtzman's Twitch, though. That's hilarious to me.
A fusion rifle shot will break the shield for sure.
Yeah.
A Bastion fusion rifle shot.
As in what? A single one or the whole burst?
The whole burst.
Yeah, of course.
I'd say
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I think so.
I'd say yes. If not, we have big problems. Probably.
Yeah. Sparty for you says, who wants to hop in my electric piss pool to summon our Arc buddy with me? I'm in.
down.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I love Arc, so
Yeah.
it's great. And then you get amplified, and you know.
Yeah. After you smell it so much, you can't smell anymore. So that it goes away. You don't smell it.
True.
Hugo Rune says, what is the most unexpected item in your house, or if you don't have one, in anyone's house you've been in?
Unexpected item in someone's house?
Yeah.
I
What's
saw
the
a
most
tweet.
unexpected item in your
It's not
house?
a personal experience, but it matches the theme. I saw a Twitter clip of someone selling non-paper toilet paper, and it was just basically a roll of fabric.
Okay. I mean, it
Like a
seems
diaper
effective.
cloth?
Do you wash it?
a-
Like diapers? Like, you know how they
yeah,
have diapers?
yeah, basically like reusable diapers, but
Do you
for
reuse
adults.
the toilet paper?
Ooh.
Yeah, you put them in the washing machine
That's the point.
apparently.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was like, hell no, I'm out. I'll see you later.
I don't really want to deal with that.
No. No.
I don't know of a weird thing in someone's house.
All right,
sticks
the
out in my
weirdest one
mind.
that we found. Full disclosure: we live in the house that my wife's parents lived in since the 1960s. Okay, so our basement still has like a lot of their stuff in it. You know, like even though they don't live here anymore. One time we were rummaging through stuff and we found a small statue of, I would say, how do I put this most delicately? It was a racist kind of depiction of a black lady who was bent over in kind of a suggestive position, and her butt was a pincushion, like a working pincushion for sewing.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah. It was
I thought
like
it was going to be
definitely-
funny, like your grandma's porn collection. Or something.
Grandma's
it wasn't
porn
funny.
collection.
I mean, it was
Yeah,
it
from
was
1940.
like somebody bought this, right? Like somebody bought
Men at the
this.
steel mill. That's
was a weird
that's a
one.
yikes.
It's up there.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
You thought it would be a sexy statue, yeah. You all thought it was going to be something sexy. It's not.
It was not sexy. Anybody else got one? No. All right, I think that's it. I think
I don't
we.
really go to people's houses enough.
You haven't ever found something weird in one of your houses?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, we used to have a bomb shelter in Minnesota. That was weird, but like
Whoa,
not weird for
cool.
the area. Yeah. Like I went into the mountain and it was cold in there because it was in the earth. It was
Yeah.
from like the from when we were terrified of bombs and stuff.
I've never
America.
actually seen a bomb shelter like in person.
Yeah, it's spooky.
I bet. Did it have electricity?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it had everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It-
feel safe. I feel comforted by a bomb shelter.
Well, it's like celery, you know, like a damp cellar type of thing. So it has this like
Oh.
musty vibe because it's always
You
like
definitely
50
feel safe
degrees
that
or
there were
whatever.
bombs falling, but if there's no actual threat, it'd be spooky, right?
Yeah.
Is Minnesota like a top tier like bomb
It's a prepper.
list?
It's a prepper's
Is it a
paradise.
prepper state? Is that what?
I have no idea. It's just it's in the Midwest, and these houses that were built that era. Usually, a lot of them had either basements or bomb shelters. This was a legit bomb shelter built into like the side of like a quarry mountain type of thing.
Wow.
It was,
I mean,
like,
there was
underground.
a quarry. There was a quarry that I'd go and throw stuff into in the way back of our house, and then there was like this mountainy side area that had a legit bomb shelter in there. Yeah.
Did the quarry have water in it?
No, it was empty.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, like
Oh, okay.
go down and throw rocks into it in the quarry in Minnesota.
I had friends who had a quarry in their backyard up in New Hampshire, and it was a big quarry that had filled up with water at some point, and we used to go swimming in it.
Huh.
It was a little creepy,
Yeah.
very dark water.
A drought comes, drains it, and you start finding human remains down there, like Lake Mead.
Right? Oh my God, Lake Mead. The story's coming out of Lake Mead for real. It's so
What's
crazy.
this about?
Lake Mead is a man-made lake near Las Vegas. It's the lake that was formed when they put the Hoover Dam up.
Yeah.
And
And Las Vegas
there's
was
been
formed.
drought.
Las Vegas was formed by mobsters, so naturally
Yes.
there's human remains in this lake.
So they keep finding barrels because the lake has been drying out because there's a huge drought happening, and they keep finding as the lake gets lower and lower, and like more of the earth gets
Seabed,
exposed. They
yeah.
keep finding barrels with human remains in them. I think they found 4 so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 actually. It's 5 now.
Oh, it's 5.
5 bodies have been found. Yeah,
Jesus
along with
I mean, that's horrible.
shipwrecks and stuff. Yeah, but it's also what's happening with
It's
drought.
also
and all
highly
that.
entertaining. There's a YouTube channel that I've been watching. They do weekly videos of like the progress of Lake Mead. They used to do like fishing videos, but they've kind of caught success by just kind of updating the progress on Lake Mead,
Yeah.
and they've
Oh, jeez.
found all these boats and
Yeah.
barrels and stuff. It's amazing.
Yep. And there you go.
Okay.
That's your.
Across Las Vegas off my list of places to see.
I think it's cleaned up a little bit since.
Yeah.
I think so. No,
Vegas?
Well, it's no
It's
lake now. People would have dumped the bodies in, so maybe it's a bit safer.
yeah, maybe. I think they're
Well,
just buried
the
in the
lake's
desert.
gone. And do the murder now.
Yeah, exactly.
Where we're going to put the bodies.
A lot of holes in the desert, as they say. All right, that's the show. Episode 302. Next week's going to be exciting because we got new season. We got reveal
Yes.
stuff happening on the 23rd. So it's going to be an interesting episode next week.
Oh, yeah. Big.
Yeah, big.
Big.
And also raid.
Big.
We're doing the
Day
raid.
before the raid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Day
Raid's
before
on Friday, right? So
Mm-hmm.
gonna be a good week. Shout out to everyone tuning in, hanging out, listening. We appreciate all the support. Shout out to our Patreon members and our Twitch subs. And we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Bye.